Assalamualaikum and very good evening to Miss Khairul Najia and my fellow classmates. My name is Intan Mesara Betika Masupardi and I am from HM241-4C. Today, I'll be presenting on my part and I start with introduction. Do you know that Borobudur is one of the tourist destinations that has been around for 100 years? It is proven when they become Indonesia's main tourist destination, about 3 million local and foreign visitors. Furthermore, this historical temple is the largest Buddhist temple in the world, built by the Shailendra dynasty around the 8th century. Another special thing about this is Borobudur Temple in Magelang, Central Java. Borobudur has been a World Heritage Site since 1991. As one of the World Heritage sites registered by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO. Next, survey on how villagers' resources are used on the improvements on this precious property based on how the improvements from the villagers to protect the stone carvings from bas reliefs from time to time.
Relevant topics and subtopics. When a heritage attraction becomes the focal point of attention, the information around the issue must have a lengthy list of pertinent conversations that spark curiosity in order to be known. Borobudur Temple and other heritage monuments play an important role in maintaining the country's history, customs, and values. Numerous unique heritage sites are investigated during the research, each with its own set of benefits and drawbacks, as well as the viability of the tourism sector associated with these locations. In this part, we will learn about the reason of conservation, the types of conservation, and also the process of conservation. The tree map shows the relevant topics and subtopics that will be discussed. Reasons of conservation. One of the reasons for conserving the Borobudur Temple is environmental diversity. For example, the Merapi volcano, Indonesia's most active volcano, is only a few miles away. Mountain of Fire highlights the region's high level of volcanic activity during the Mount Merapi eruption in 2010. The Borobudur Temple was coated in 2.5 centimeters of volcanic ash. The acidity of the volcanic ash may degrade the stone structure, endangering the site's long-term stability. Another motive for conserving the Borobudur Temple may be to preserve its artistic and aesthetic value. Folklore says that wishing upon a Buddha statue in a shrine will be granted. As a result, many Buddhists at Borobudur Temple touch the statue. Contact with the stupa and the Buddha from inside may cause the stone to break. With nearly a million annual tourists, touching the stupa or the Buddha might be fatal. Type of conservation. The term restoration refers to the act of removing later construction and replacing it with the missing original work. Partial restoration is used when only a portion of structure is significant and illustrating cultural values at its historic significance level, or contributes to the values for which the area was identified. And intuitive restoration is used when the entire or a portion of the exterior is significant. The Borobudur Temple was restored between 1907 and 1911, but it became clear that the restoration and consolidation work was insufficient to ensure the stone sculptures and bas reliefs were suitably maintained. An extensive analysis and a precise conservation program were decided to be the best way to achieve a more sustainable strategy. The process of conservation. For a heritage site to be valued, it must go through many stages and phases. Despite changing eras and modernity, places like Borobudur Temple maintain important values and deserve to remain UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Because Borobudur Temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it must be protected. The process of conservation. For a heritage site to be valued, it must go through many stages and phases. Despite changing eras and modernity, places like Borobudur Temple maintain important values and deserve to remain UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Because Borobudur Temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it must be protected.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Haziq and I'm going to present about the background of Borobudur. Now, it is a famous Buddhist temple built in the 8th and 9th century during the reign of the Shailendra dynasty. It is located in Kedu Valley, which is the southern part of central Java in Indonesia. Now, it was built in 3 tiers, which is a pyramid base with 5 concentric square terraces, the trunk of a cone with 3 particular platforms at the top, and of course a monumental stupa. And moving on to the architecture, the Borobudur Temple compound consists of 3 monuments, which are the Borobudur Temple and another 2 small temples. Now, the walls and balustrades are decorated with fine low reliefs covering a total surface area of 2,500 meters around the circular platforms. There are 72 openwork stupas, each containing statue of the Buddha. Now, Borobudur is an example of Indonesian art and architecture from the early 8th century to the 9th century, and the influence revival the architecture between the mid-13th century and also the 16th century. Now, the design and architecture represents the idea of indigenous ancestor worships and Buddhist concept of attaining nirvana. And now I'm going to explain about the organizational structure of Borobudur. The management are divided into 3 zones. Firstly, the innermost zones of the temple, which is known as Zone 1. It is managed by the Borobudur Heritage Conservation Institute. Next, the surrounding park, which is also known as Zone 2, is managed by the state-owned authority, and they answer to the Ministry of State-Owned Enterprise. And lastly, the outer area, which is known as Zone 3, is managed by the local authorities of Magelang. Now let us look at the management responsibilities, vision, and mission. For Zone 1, the management responsibilities are for restoration and conservation. Now, their vision is the realization of Borobudur Heritage Conservation Institute as a center of research and training for conservation of archaeological artifacts. And their mission is focusing on conserving and also archaeological training. Now, for Zone 2, their responsibilities are mostly managing and marketing the surrounding parkland areas. Now, their vision is professionally qualified human resources and full capacity to compete globally. For their mission, they are focusing on cultural heritage preservation, developing the tourism industry for the benefit of the community, region, and nation. Lastly, for Zone 3, the authorities are responsible for managing entry fees and also financials. Their vision statement is to make heritage site as a key source of regional development, and they have a mission to gain benefits and revenues from the heritage sites for development and also improvement of their region.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Izzat Zarfan bin Abdul Aziz. I will continue my presentation about the analysis of domestic market in Borobudur Temple. There are 4 aspects we can find from the analysis, which are geographical aspect, demographical aspect, psychographical aspect, and the last one is behavior aspect. We move to the first aspect, which is geographical aspects. We can see from the geographical data that visitors to Borobudur Temple come from as many as 21 provinces in Indonesia, ranging from Aceh to Papua. This suggests that Borobudur Temple is Indonesia's most popular tourist destination for the domestic travel. Java, Central Java, West Java, Yogyakarta, Jakarta, and East Java are the top 5 provinces for domestic tourists. From the data of the province of origin, marketing strategies may be developed that focus on marketing to domestic travelers on Java Island, where travel firms collaborate to offer trip package to Borobudur Temple by land transportation. The percentage of visitors to Borobudur Temple from 21 provinces is shown in the table. Next, from the demographic aspects data, we can see that the majority of respondents aged 15 to 24 years and 25 to 34 years, or in youth category last education diploma and SME, with the most of the job are students and employees. From the demographic aspect data, we can create marketing strategies that focus on teenagers and youth who are mostly students and employees. The management of Borobudur Temple can conduct roadshow and cooperation with the school, college, and companies to create tour package to Borobudur Temple. The majority of visitors came from the age range of 15 to 24, as many as 36%. The majority of visitors from this age range, because most of the romance of a school, college in the context of a study tour. Furthermore, the research design marketing strategies based on psychographic data. They focus on the power of word of mouth promotion and internet media. So, in order to effectively promote word of mouth visitors, the management must be able to deliver service that go above and beyond the expectation of visitors. It is also known as exceptional service. In addition, various techniques can be produced or shown on the particular national holidays starting early in the morning, so that the domestic tourists who visit Borobudur Temple can spend a longer time among 3 hours and spend more money. Domestic tourists who return to Borobudur Temple area for the second, third or fourth time, as well as additional domestic tours repeaters, may be eligible for a program discount. Then, from the data aspect from behavior, we can know that spending of domestic travelers is still relatively small, both the expenditure in the area of Borobudur Temple and the total expenditure during the trip. Especially for the area of Borobudur Temple, the standard of food and beverage price is not too much different from those outside the area. Besides, the quality of souvenir are also improved and the price is adjusted to the quality. To facilitate the overall viewing of the market profile within and outside the province and analyze it, the researchers recap the first and second largest percentage of data in table from below. We may conclude from the market profile data inside and beyond the province that the buying power market outside the province is bigger than the purchasing power market within the province. As a result, the promotion may be targeted towards markets outside of the province, as this generate more revenue for the Borobudur Temple tourism area.
Next slide is the marketing and promotional strategy. Borobudur has a poor marketing strategy. That also another reason why the number of tourists keep reducing. Based on my research, various promotional techniques such as online media and the endorses specific parts. In an example, the flight magazines, advertising media, and also the billboards. In addition, the strength opportunity strategy helps in boosting the strategy. This strength opportunity public relations has the potential to be a powerful tool. Furthermore, another strategy that helps in boosting Borobudur is the weakness opportunity strategy helps to leverage weaknesses. This weaknesses opportunity strategy can be implemented by requiring more adequate funding support for aspects of advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, and direct marketing in order to increase the termination of promotional tools to prospective international tourists more widely.
And now moving on to me, Tiani Shaza, and we will discuss the issues and problems occur at Borobudur temple site. Firstly is uncontrolled street hawkers around the site compound. Street hawkers and vendors freely put up their stall within the site. They are brave to do so due to the lack of monitoring from the authority. As a consequence, it disturbing the actual scenery of the Borobudur temple entrance. Furthermore, due to the sale activity within the site, tourists tend to litter the plastic wrap of their food and goods along the streets. Next is vandalism. In February 2020, the management decided to close down several tourist areas due to the damage caused by the tourists, such as littering, sticking gums on the temple rocks, scribbling on stone, and many more. This decision has to be made in order to preserve the precious heritage site. Third point is the lack of information board. Other than soothing seaside of the temple scenery, most tourists had a hard time understanding the deeper history of the Borobudur temple due to the lack of information boards around the temple compound. Moreover, they do have mobile application to use around the site. However, the mobile application is still underdeveloped and not user-friendly. To add on, it is only available for iOS users, even though most of the local people itself are Android users. Lastly is ticket scalper. Ticket scalpers exist because the price of tickets for foreign tourists are way higher than domestic and KITAS holders. Therefore, foreign tourists will opt to ticket scalper for a lower price. Ticket scalpers usually would roam around the entrance compound to search for potential buyers and offer it to Malaysian and Southeast Asian people who have a similar looks as Indonesian and local people. As a result, it will affect the management revenue from the ticket sales. And now, how can we overcome those? So for the recommendations, first, there shall be strict monitoring from the authorities. The authorities at the compound must have strict monitoring of the surroundings. Implementation of vendor license and setting the quota for hawker stalls at the heritage compound can help to preserve the integrity of the site. Besides that, facilities such as rubbish pen and recycling bins should be administered by the authorities to keep the heritage site clean. Next recommendation is installing CCTV. Installation of CCTVs at the heritage compound can give a 24 hours monitors of the sites. Therefore, it is easy for the management to catch offender in the act. Moreover, it can prevent unwanted incidents from happening and visitors will be more concerned about their behavior because they know they are being watched. It also helps to protect their heritage site from being further damaged by the visitors. Furthermore, the management should also invest in applications. This is because utilizations of technological advancements should be an advantage for the management. They should develop applications, interactive maps, and interactive guides at the site. This can help to attract more visitors and make the heritage site more accessible, especially to the younger demographic. The development of applications and interactive tools at the site can help with promotion and value of the site. And now is the last point. Lastly, the management should use barcode and tag system. The ticket system should be upgraded with personal digital booking numbers or barcodes. This allows each visitors to have their own identifications when entering the sites and can prevent ticket scalpers from selling tickets to visitors. This will add more value and strengthen the integrity of Borobudur as a World Heritage Site. Through this method, visitors will have to scan their codes at the entrance and they will have their details along with the codes. This can prevent scammers and fraudsters from gaining benefits from heritage site. And now I will pass on to the next presenter.
To sum up, preparing the final Borobudur restoration project took a long time. The project could not have been developed and Borobudur cannot be restored without significant foreign support. Borobudur's restoration was planned as a massive project to be completed quickly, so elaborate plans are required. The village-run Borobudur temple has thrived. They have improved the village's potential as well as attracted tourists, affected the heritage and cultural landscape sustainability. However, unregulated tourism development can lead to character changes. The value system is vital to human nature relations.